Do you want smoother, glowing skin instantly? I'm gonna tell you what your friends may not be telling you, especially as we are getting older and we're approaching summer where we're gonna be outside more often. We all have it, guys, and some of us have it worse than others. That peach fuzz on the side of your face, right through here, and don't forget this little part of your chin and your neck. It can look like, you're trying to grow a beard come summertime if you're out in the sun. And when you add dry skin on top of that, your skincare products don't have nearly as good of a chance of absorbing, and your skin just isn't gonna get that healthy glow. So today, I'm here to test 2 products for Friday Face Off. We're gonna test 2 dermaplaning products side by side. One costs $199, the other $14. Do you really get a much better dermaplaning experience with the Derma Flash? Or can a $14 one, also with replaceable heads, do the same trick? So this Friday Face Off is really fun for me because as we get older, that peach fuzz really does create a bit of a barrier when it comes to our skincare products, and it plays a big role on how your makeup looks on your skin. The 2 biggest benefits of dermaplaning at home are you remove that peach fuzz and you exfoliate. Both of those things create makeup that doesn't look as good on your face, and as we're older, our skin is already more textured, and then you add hair on top of it and the dullness from the dry skin if you're not exfoliating, and it just adds up to a lot of reasons why dermaplaning is a good idea. This is a treatment that you can get at a spa, and I recommend doing that because they'll use a more precise, almost deeper level of dermaplaning. But you can also maintain those results or just get started with the DIY dermaplaning, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we get into the details of both of these tools, I want to walk you through a couple of the safety effects. Number 1, wash your face before you dermaplane. You want to use a soft, gentle, usually a foaming cleanser, but whatever cleanser you have. If you're like me and you wash your face with coconut oil, then just use a little micellar water to clean off any leftover residue or coconut oil on your skin, because you really want your skin to be very dry for this procedure. Procedure is a way strong word, it's not that serious. Now, dermaplaning is different than shaving. It's a lot different than shaving if you get it done at a treatment facility, a med spa or something like that. But you can get similar results at home, and the difference between dermaplaning and shaving are pretty impressive. Shaving uses standard blades, multiple blades, and is meant to cut the hair right at the skin surface. Where dermaplaning uses a single surgical sterile grade blade or scalpel at a dermatology office to gently exfoliate that top layer of dead skin cells and remove the peach fuzz. And again, as we're getting close to summer, that peach fuzz is really more evident. It's like taking a spotlight and just Shaving also removes hair with minimal exfoliation, while dermaplaning can provide deep exfoliation, improving skin's texture, removing dull skin, and enhancing the absorption of your skincare products. And while shaving can leave your skin smooth, it doesn't necessarily impact the skin's texture and radiance. Dermaplaning can create a brighter, smoother complexion by removing the dead skin cell buildup, which helps skincare products absorb more effortlessly, and your makeup looks way more flawless. Imagine this for a second. You have a white canvas and you're gonna paint on it. But before you do, you take some grass and just sprinkle the grass on there. Now you want to just apply a thin coat of paint on top of that canvas and expect it to look smooth. It's not gonna look smooth because it's got the texture of the grass. That is a highly exaggerated explanation of what hair does to your makeup, but imagine if that was gone, how smooth your foundation, your tinted moisturizer, your skin tint, whatever base you use, imagine how much nicer that's gonna apply. And on the days that you don't wear makeup, dermaplaning helps to give you that glowing, radiant look to your skin that we're all after, especially this time of the year. All right, so let's get into it, you guys. I bought the Derma Flash years ago, and it is $199. It sits in a holder like this, and you charge it. So it just is a USB charger. Now, the thing about this is it's supposed to have a sonic vibration, making this motion much easier. The other thing to note about this $199 price tag is the replacement cartridges. You get 8 of them, so 2 of these cases for $29. So not only is it expensive to start with, but the maintenance to keep up with it is pretty expensive. Now you might be asking, when do I dermaplane? I don't do it on a regular basis. I just do it when I start to see some peach fuzz, especially right along here. I really notice it right underneath my chin area. And then for me, it's right through here. As I've gotten older, I really see longer hairs right in this area. So, and look, as we're getting older, that magnifying makeup mirror is now like on 20 times or sometimes 30 times. There is stuff going on I really don't want to see, but I would like it to be gone. So I'm not sure if the increased use of a magnifying mirror has led to the desire to dermaplane more often, or if it's just that I like the way my makeup feels better. I'm not sure. I don't even care. They're all good reasons to dermaplane. All right, so I'm going to clean off my skin because I keep touching it. You just want your skin to be nice and clean before this process. Now to use the Derma Flash, you can see this edge right here. It just slides into the refillable package that you get, and then you pop it out and it comes out with that blade on it. Now a nice feature on this is it does have 2 speeds. Here's your power button. So in essence, it vibrates faster when you hit that power button. Now I'm going to share with you just how hairy my face is. Gosh, the things I do on the internet, I would have never, my younger self would have never believed I was gonna do this. Now I'm gonna zoom in as close as I can, you guys. I have a pretty good camera. It may be too good. I may show you things that I'm not even sure I want to. It's not a pretty process. It's not a pretty process, but no one else has to know you do it. In fact, no one knows I did this until now. I'm sharing it with all of you. My husband even saw this the other day and he goes, "What is that?" Because it's just not something we don't shave together in the bathroom. Let's just put it that way. You can, totally. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't need him to know every little beauty secret I have because I just like him to just think I'm naturally hairless, which isn't the case. All right, so it's very simple. You just turn it on. I'm really hairy right through here. You hold your skin a little bit tight and then you put the blade at a 45-degree angle and I just go up. Look at this one little pass I'm gonna make. Now I'm gonna go pretty close to under my eye because I wanna show you how well this works and how much hair that is. You guys, this is so gross. I want you to see how disgusting that is. And that's just one swipe. Now I'm gonna just kind of take this off and do another swipe so that you can see. And then we'll do the other side. Now I know for me, I get a little more hair right through here, more peach fuzz than I would like. So I always hit this area and then right on the edge of my chin, the worst. But let's just, I don't want to skip anything. So I just hold it tight and then take little small strokes, or you can take one big stroke, whatever you're comfortable with. You're not gonna hurt yourself with this. You can't, like here, I can't cut myself. Like I can't nick myself. So don't feel like you have to be a pro or really experienced to use this. You just wanna, you don't wanna push it into your skin really hard. You just really softly want to shave it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off again so you can see all those disgusting little hairs again. So my skin right now is super, super smooth. I love the way my skin feels right after I do this. You can see the difference between this side of my face and this side of my face where we haven't done a dermaplane. This side just looks a little bit more bright. The dullness, the dead skin cells have been removed, and so has that peach fuzz. You can really see it right around here on my cheekbones, compared to this side where there is still a lot of hair right here and all down the side. The key with any dermaplaning is you don't use this more than once. They're disposable for a reason. So once you're done with this, you just press this little button. I usually just put it in the garbage when I do it because it just shoots this off. And then you throw that away. Pretty simple, right? Okay, it's awesome and it works great, but it's $200. So now I'm gonna use the Flamingo refillable $14 dermaplaning tool. What I like about this is it's a little heavy, so it's weighted, and the grip down here has a handle where it is a no slip grip. So this part's pretty slippery. This part has a grip where it isn't slippery, which I love. Now this, not only is it $14, it comes with 2 stainless steel Japanese precision blades, and then you get 6 replacement blades for $10. $199 versus $14, and then the replacement 8 for $29, 6 for $10. Already a better deal. These replacement blades, they don't come in a nice kit like this one does. This is nice little, it's cute, but I'm okay with them coming like this. for $10. They are individually sealed, so they're very clean and sanitary. So I'm fine with that. And you'll see this blade looks very similar to the other blade. You hold it at the tip and then you just slide it in. Just like that. Now the rest of this doesn't move. It looks like it should bend here. It doesn't. Just right there is all you need. And then same process. Hold your skin a little tight. Now, this one doesn't automatically vibrate for you. I kind of look at this as a Sonicare toothbrush versus a regular toothbrush. There's some benefit to that blade vibrating back and forth, I guess. When it comes to removing the hair, you guys, I just don't see a difference. And I'll show you what I mean by how gross this is. So, I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for showing you this. I mean, see, not only do you see hair on that, you see dead skin. So, I told you in the beginning, I apologize in advance for how disgusting this video is going to be. But it's one of those things that we do as women that, you know, we don't have to tell everybody we do it. Just do it. Again, I do this as often as I need. If I have a special event or the day before I'm going to be on TV, I will do this without question because I know I'm going to be under a lot of lights and I want my makeup to lay very smoothly, flawlessly on my skin. So then the question becomes, do you need the more expensive one? I would say that both sides of my face feel, yeah, they feel the same. I can't say that one side feels different. You saw how much hair came off of both of them. Disgusting. They both feel very, very smooth. And I am sure my makeup will look the same on both sides because I have removed that hair, which I usually get a lot of peach fuzz right through here and again right through the chin. Now after I do this process on my whole face, I will go in with a toner and then some moisturizer just to allow my skin to get a really good drink of hydration. But right now I'm just gonna wipe off my fingers because I'm gonna touch my face again. I wanna go over and see how smooth both sides are. I really don't feel a difference in the way the skin feels. It feels very smooth on both sides. So if I zoom in, you can see the hair here is removed. The hair over here is also removed. Another good use for these tools is once you get comfortable working with them, you can use it to get some of that little peach fuzz if you don't like plucking anymore. Now plucking does get the hair at the root, so it takes longer to grow back. Now, and as we age, as we know, some hairs don't grow back. So that's why I don't like to always pluck. I kind of like to keep the root of the hair there, just in case I want that hair to grow back. But I may need to just go up and trim up a little bit above my brows. And the straight edge on both of these products allow you to do that. This one I just find a little bit harder, and I think the sound of the motor running makes me a little more nervous about getting close to my eye in general, but even my eyebrows. So I don't find that I use this one to do much up in this area, but you certainly can. So at the end of the day, I think the answer for me was clear when I started this, because that's why I decided to do this one for you guys, was to show you the results and the comparison between the results of both of these devices. I think that this tool is much easier to work with. I like how light it is, how small and compact it is. They even have disposable ones. So if you are traveling a lot and you don't want to put this in your suitcase, you can easily use a disposable one. Now these don't, there's no replacement head to it. You just stick it in your overnight bag or whatever, which I do have a couple of these in my overnight bag. Because why is it when you're traveling, you're either at a hotel or you're at someone's house and you see that one hair that's like, oh my gosh, you could always pluck it. But if you feel like you need a quick little pick-me-up, they have disposable. Anyway, I find that this one is definitely my winner for a Friday face-off because I like how compact it is, I like the price point, and I like the price point of the replacement heads or blades. So it's a no-brainer for me. The most important thing to get out of this Friday face-off is don't be afraid to dermaplane with a DIY product. What you may want to stay away from is purchasing a dermaplaning tool that is really meant for the professionals, because you can nick your skin and take off maybe too much skin if you are not sure how to use the tool. Something like this is pretty fail-proof, and it's more safe for those of you that may not be as comfortable. Just remember to clean your skin, pull it tight, 45-degree angle, and scrape up. And I promise you, you will feel the results immediately. But you'll really like the way your makeup lays on your skin after you've done that. So for me, this one is a no-brainer winner for Friday Face Off. It is the Flamingo refillable dermaplaning razor over the Derma Flash. If you have this one, again, it works absolutely fantastic. But if you don't have it and you want to start dermaplaning, then now you have a really cost-effective alternative that, in my opinion, gives you the exact same results. Well, that does it for me today, you guys. I'm gonna go put on some makeup because I've done a lot of tutorials lately where I jump on camera with no makeup, and I want some makeup on today. So I'm gonna go do that. I hope you enjoyed this Friday Face Off. The products are gonna be linked below if you wanna know more about them or if you wanna get into dermaplaning for yourself. And remember, it's summer, so we are gonna see that peach fuzz a little bit more. And our dry skin does require a little more exfoliating than it did back in the day to give us that natural glow. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you in just a couple days. Bye-bye.